It's week 18 of the 2025 season, and everyone's watching Devin Lloyd. He's on the verge of earning his 100th tackle of the season. It's the Black Knights and the Aviators on Sunday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation.
Welcome, everybody, to TV Sports 27 primetime Monday Night Football. And we are switching things up on you. Originally, we had announced a playoff contenders match, but I decided to switch it up. We had one really close game. I encourage you guys to go watch it in the archives with San Diego. An incredible game. San Diego, Sacramento battling over a playoff spot. I originally was going to do a similar game, but then I decided to switch it up. This is the game of the week. It's the final game of the season. It's week 18. It's prime time. It's Monday night. And it's Columbus, who is battling for the #1 overall seed in the postseason, so you're at least getting a guaranteed playoff team, going up against the 8-8 Brooklyn Nightmare, who are battling for a playoff spot. So this is one team that is guaranteed the playoffs, but is looking for the #1 seed, a first-round bye, versus a team fighting for their playoff lives. And my God, there is Super Bowls between them. There is 7 Super Bowls between Joe Montana of the Columbus Aviators, who won the RFL championship a number of seasons ago with the Salt Lake City Fury, and Patrick Mahomes, who is a 3-time Super Bowl champ. So you're getting a 4-time Super Bowl champ versus a 3-time Super Bowl champion here in this actual final Monday night game of the season here. So we're going to do commentary with you for the first half of this game, because my alma mater, Troy, they're going to be playing on ESPN, start at 7:30. I'm going to be putting that game on the second TV while I'm finishing streaming with you guys. So I'll be with you here for the first half, so make sure you guys jump into the chat, into the conversation here, and I'll chat along with you. But when halftime hits of this game, I got to head over to the secondary TV to watch Troy battle it out with Old Dominion, so make sure you guys tune in to that one. But happy to be with you here for this first half of action between the Aviators and the Brooklyn Nightmare. The Columbus Aviators, who, oddly enough, I don't know, do we got to change the name? Because this is a Madden preset. It's been a Madden preset team for a long time. But in the UFL, there's now a Columbus Aviators, and I called them out on Twitter. Not really called them out, but I said, man, you guys stealing a Madden relocation team. So there's going to be a Columbus Aviators in the UFL, like there's a Columbus Aviators here. So maybe there's just going to be 2 Columbus Aviator football teams in the world. Who knows? But so what we're going to do here, this is the final game of the regular season. I'll finish this out. I'm going to sim the rest of the games. We will see the scores. I'll give you a quick look at the playoff standings as well as we go into next weekend. But what we are going to do, and I encourage you guys to help support the channel over at patreon.com/tvsports27, patreon.com/tvsports27. Over on Patreon, you get all kinds of bonus content, hours upon hours of bonus content, bonus videos. You can have one-on-one interactions with us. We dropped the Discord, so if you want to chat with us, just drop us a comment over on Patreon. We'll talk with you one-on-one over there. But we are going to do a full season recap sometime this week, probably on Saturday, looking like I'll have time to possibly jump on again. Look at that throw from Montana to Cooper Kupp. Hold on one moment. I got to find my on-call phone for my work. Where'd I put that thing? Hold on. We got to call a timeout. I got to jump up real quick. As Montana. Oh, my God.
Sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
All right, we're doing a 2-second pause real quick. I've mentioned on-call before. I gotta find the phone. Where'd I put the phone? I'm missing the phone. Hold on. Time out. We got time out. Did I drop it in the couch? Where did I drop this thing? Where's the phone? Hold on, we're still on timeout here. This is TV Sports. Oh man, we're struggling. I have an on-call phone for work. I don't know where the heck I put it. All right, we're in timeout. We're in timeout mode. Oh, that's a big struggle right here. Should I just stop the stream and come back? Oh, man. Pardon my timeout here. Hold on, timeout. All right, I'm back. I probably lost 10 million viewers with that, but I found the phone. Had to have so I got the on-call phone. I'm on call this week at work. I mentioned the on-call. If the phone comes in, I'll have to stop the stream again. I don't even know what I picked the run play. Okay. Seems really dark in this dome. I guess it is a nighttime game, but it's looking super dark. We're in the Brooklyn Dome here. But anyway, yeah, I got the phone. If they call, work calls, on call. But I found it. I found the phone, so we're good. We're in the mode here. But now we're even closer to 7:30. Troy Trojans, Montana, to Jones. So on the road, we got a double uni color battle here, almost color rush on both sides. The all blue for the Columbus Aviators, and mostly all red with the black helmets for the Brooklyn Nightmare. And you're seeing right now why Columbus coming in looking like a #1 seed at 4-12. We've talked about it in the past. I guess I'll recap it one more time, but the history of Joe Montana in the Legends Football League. He's a legend himself in this league, coming in on year number 8 in the Legends League, as Gore looking to put that one in the end zone. He was originally with the Salt Lake City Fury of the RFL back in All-Pro Football 2K8, won the inaugural championship over the San Antonio Dragons, would go back to the championship in year 2, back-to-back title game appearances, but they would lose to the Huntington Beach Killer Whales, now the San Diego Killer Whales, who you guys saw in the earlier playoff contenders battle that we had between San Diego and Sacramento. Since then, Montana and Salt Lake City has fallen on hard times, if you will. Touchdown for Columbus. 3 straight losing seasons, including going out and acquiring Marcus Allen to try to give Joe Montana a little relief. Still could not make the playoffs. With the new league, the RXFL, where he added a bunch of new teams, we switched over to the Madden engine here. The Joe Montana ended up signing with Columbus, formerly the Columbus Crusaders, who turned into the Columbus Aviators. We now have the Canton Crusaders. But Columbus went out, signed Joe Montana, and they've had a number of successful seasons, but have not had that deep playoff run yet. And here we are looking like might be the top seed going into the postseason, so could be a return to form for Joe Montana and company. White shoes, Johnson running it out here. And here comes Patrick Mahomes.
There is the guy at the top of the game. Patrick Mahomes,
you talk about a couple of Chiefs legends in Joe Montana and Patrick Mahomes here.
Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, Still has a long
We're going to see what Mahomes is made of. Because this is a guy, a team that's a very bad underthrow from Mahomes to start this game.
Needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins
People
and
talk
losses,
about how great
just wasn't the
Patrick
difference
Mahomes
maker his
is.
team needed when they
3
needed him
Super
most.
Bowls early on in his young career, but can he put his name up there with the legends like a Joe Montana? A 9-8 record you would think would get them into the postseason for Mahomes. He's been with Brooklyn his whole career, did not play in the RFL, signed in the RXFL. They were the Brooklyn Beats, which were a relocated team of the team that won the championship back in season 5, Andre Ware and the Atlantic City Eclipse won the championship. A one-and-done Andre Ware and their stacked defense won the championship, and Andre Ware retired after 1 year, and the Eclipse would eventually, the management would relocate to San Francisco, where they would take over the San Francisco Eclipse. The team itself would relocate to Brooklyn from Atlantic City. You know, Atlantic City falling on hard times. They signed Patrick Mahomes. They were the Brooklyn Beats for 2 years, and then they rebranded as the Brooklyn Nightmare as they were able to buy out the assets of, it's all getting complicated, but you got to follow the path of the RXFL here, of the former New York, New Jersey Nightmare and the New York Slashers. So we had the New York Nightmare in the previous in 2K8. Then they became the New England Nightmare. Well, when Robert Kraft sold his interest, and we had a couple NFL owners. Look at that throw from Mahomes, and that is a way to answer back. This is going to be a hotly contested battle, which is why we made the switch to this game instead. Fireworks going off in the Brooklyn Dome here. But yeah, it was formerly the... Originally, they started in All-Pro Football as the New York, New Jersey Assassins. They then rebranded as the New York, New Jersey Nightmare. And then when we redid the league as the RXFL, it became the Brooklyn Beats. And the New England Nightmare took over the name for 2 years. But after 2 very poor seasons, Robert Kraft selling off the New England Nightmare and folding up the team as many of the other pro teams did. We saw that Jerry Jones did that as well with the Dallas Outlaws. And the Nightmare name was up for grabs. So the former Brooklyn or Atlantic City Eclipse that relocated to Brooklyn had the name that was open, the Nightmare name that was popular in the area in New York. And New York decided to buy it back from Boston. And long story short, that is how we have the Brooklyn Nightmare. And I'm chock full of stories. Let me know the history of any of the other teams. We got a laundry list of them. Nice fake. Frank Gore has had an excellent start to this ball game here. It's actually getting closer to 7:30 because I had to go search for the phone. So I'm gonna have to pop this Troy game on soon and drop out on the commentary here, hoping to get it to the first half, but you guys can still enjoy it with the in-game. Mike Tirico, come on. He's all-star. Cooper Kupp. This, I think, the way this is going, and it could slow down at any point, but Montana and Mahomes, this may be a gunslinger's shootout that we got, folks. Again, we are going to take a look at all the scores at the end of Week 18. We'll look at the playoff brackets, but then, if you want to go deep dive, if you want to see the stats, if you want to see the MVP, if you want to go division by division, if you want to look at all of that stuff, if you're a statistical junkie, patreon.com/TBSports27, because we're going to do a deep dive this weekend on the playoff brackets. We're going to do a deep dive on the standings. We're going to do a deep dive on the stats, everything, and you guys can jump in, ask any questions, interact with us. We're going to be doing all that at patreon.com/TBSports27 this weekend. What a catch from Cooper Kupp, the Eastern Wild. I feel like this has been happening a lot more lately. I make like a big play like that, the catch, and because I hit the button to make the catch, and then somehow the game, and I don't think there's been an update lately, so I don't know, like I'm not holding down the button, I hit square to make the catch, And then the game sucks you into, you've got to maybe notice that a couple times with the Bucks franchise, the game will suck you into a spike the ball animate, like it'll automatically go, you saw it, you make the catch, and the game automatically goes to you go into spike the ball, and it's like, well, wait a minute, I wasn't trying to do that. So it's some kind of weird glitch with the game where that's happening. Maybe, I don't know, they should make those separate buttons, make the hurry up offense a separate button than the button that catches the ball. Might be a thought for future Maddens. I don't know. Come on. Seems kind of basic. Can't they make the shoulder buttons your hurry ups and not the same button that you would use to catch the ball? So we head into the second quarter. Swap in the field here. Play fake. Montana got lit up as he got rid of it. Njoku. That's a beautiful tackle because he definitely could have sprung that one. So 4th and 5 in the Brooklyn Nightmare. We're going to hold the Columbus Aviators. And it's good.
It's good. The Aviators will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
So that's a bit of a win for the Nightmare. Obviously, we're still early, but if you're thinking this game's going to go shootout, the more field goal drives you can hold the opposing team to, the better. All right, I got to get my TV turned on. In a minute, we're going to drop out on the commentary here, because I got to watch the Troy game.
This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
All right, we're plugging in. See, we're doing this on a whim because we don't have that much time to stream these days. So that's why we always say if you want to support the channel, if you want to get back to more regular streaming, you guys want to support the channel on Patreon, TV Sports 27 on Patreon, so we can start doing some regular streaming, get back to doing the regular thing. But this is just kind of, oh, I flipped to the wrong thing. Come on. This is the world we are in right now, so this is how it's got to be until we can hit the full-time standards. But we're not quite there yet, so this is how we're doing it. I honestly didn't have much time to stream today, but I wanted to get on to get you guys a game because I'm not going to be able to get on Friday, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know, maybe, but there's a lot going on Friday with TNA Turning Point, SmackDown. It kills me that TNA does these pay-per-views during SmackDown because it's just like there's so much to watch. So maybe I can get on. I don't know. Possibly, possibly not. Incomplete pass. That was a big missed opportunity for Brooklyn. So with all that being said, I just try to get on when I can. Saturday, I'm definitely going to be able to get on a little bit with you guys. Sunday, I will not because we got big birthday celebrations going on. We got Broncos Chiefs as well. So we're streaming when we can with you guys. So if you want to see us stream full time, patreon.com/tvsports27. Subscribe to the channel. All the ways you guys know how to support YouTubers.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Montana had single coverage. Got beat. All right, guys. Everybody flip to ESPN in a minute. I'm going to jump out here because we got the Troy Trojans battling for a conference championship spot. My alma mater, Troy graduate. I just sent them $300 today. Student loans. Wonderful, just kicked in. Help support TV Sports with student loans. I got paid today, and I just sent them $300 out of my paycheck. Boom. For a degree that's paying just enough to survive with inflation. How about it? But, yeah, anyway. Montana, Cooper Kupp first down. How cool is it seeing Montana and Cooper Kupp playing on the same team here? Forget about it, guys. This is unreal. Back on the ground to Gore.
And he finds a little bit of space.
Already 10 carries for Frank Gore so far in this one.
Here's 2nd and 6.
I think TNA returns live tonight as well. Whoa, why was that pass so low? Cooper Kupp was going one-on-one to the end zone, and I don't know if the ball got tipped or got away from Montana, but somehow that ball just kind of died in the air. I don't know what in the world happened there. All right, 3rd down. Montana completes it to Njoku. All right, guys, I am going to jump out for a moment here, actually for the rest of this stream, because the Troy game is starting, so I'm popping that on the second TV. I'm going to be turning the volume up. Is this Sunday Night Football? I thought this was a Monday night game. You know what? We're saying it's Monday night. Yeah, it's Sunday night game. There's technically one more game left, but we're saying it's Monday night. I don't care. But Troy, Old Dominion, my alma mater, I got to tune into it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your continued support of TB Sports here on the channel again for full time. If you want to see us stream a lot more with you guys, hit the subscribe button. Patreon.com/TB Sports 27 as we are going to go deep dive on the RXFL's 3rd season, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to be moving to Madden 26 if they're going to go on sale for Black Friday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep watching this game, and then afterwards, let's go watch the Troy Trojans and Old Dominion go at it. And that's a good way to end the live commentary portion of this game with an Aviators touchdown.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. Black Knights offense ready to take over once again. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Looking middle and complete with Allen. And he will score. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Black Knights. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. And 60 on the year. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Black Knights are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Aviators offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The Black Knights offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Trayvon Merrick up to make the tackle. Second down and 8. They go play action with Mahomes. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's one running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
They'll run with Swift. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
It's one thing if you don't get the ball in the end zone, but it's another to lose this many yards. And I think now for this offense and this play caller, they've got to reevaluate their approach down here in tight.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Austin Hooper. Touchdown, Black Knights. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Aviators offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Up the middle they go. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Connects with Cup on the slant. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll be third down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And yes, that'll get it. First down, marked at the 30. A good run will keep this drive going. Here comes the blitz as he looks to... Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack. And another great throw. Don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him. They've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
And that is incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet. We see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet. And as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup. And he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half. And I can tell you firsthand, like, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Black Knights offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. He'll tuck it and take off. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Mahomes. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down. Play action here. Mahomes. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And the Aviators are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get about 5. Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coaches, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see...
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Mahomes back. He will air this out, looking for certain. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing now, Mahomes. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
The visitors' offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the 3rd, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
Now, faking the give. Inside the 10, it is caught. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. To the air one more time. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Aviators. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. So now, with the lead up to 5, they're going to go for 2 and try to extend it out to 7. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The home team's offense. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
He'll get this down to the 44, but that's about it. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Pat Frymuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field, so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
A gain there of 21, and that will be a first down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes, and the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Raiders' kick is good. And the Black Knights will cut the deficit down to 2.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Something you do not want to see here in the final. He will get himself checked out. Right back to him on first down. And this time they are ready for it. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down. They'll put Ayuk in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Huck brings it in left side. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down. Back to throw. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Out wide, here's Smith. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the first down.
This is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, trying to find some place to escape, and there was none. A big loss on the play. The connection made to Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Automatic first down.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. Back to the ground after the penalty. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front. Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do this next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. They go play action with, oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. That's Hassan Reddick getting in there to bring him down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, leads to a sack.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll look deep here for Neighbors.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. Cup in motion. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's taken in left side by Smith. Sensational stats in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll put Ayuk in motion. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. That catch number 80 in this campaign. And it gives his team a 1st down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown. In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us. We'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Open man, the tight end Hooper. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not,
nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Woo. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Aviators offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Downfield for Njoku.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
He'll check this down to the running back. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A run on 1st and goal. And a good run there. Will get him 5 yards. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They'll try to run this one in. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. That one taken in. Touchdown, Aviators. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
York, good on the extra point. The Aviators will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Black Knights offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards. It is a touchdown. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year. And his 3rd of this game. This great season throwing the ball continues. That last TD pass, number 40 on the year. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
1st and 10 now from the 36. They'll put Ayuk in motion. From the gun, it's a run. It's Jones. He's going nowhere. Loses yardage on that play. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Now give on the ground, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Third and long. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So, a pressure kick here for Cade York. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll drop to throw. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
You give your offense a chance to close this game out. If they pick up the first down, this game is over. But now, after the defensive stop, we're starting to see some signs of life on that other sideline.
So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
Perfectly timed blitz there by the linebacker. Remember, when you go empty backfield, there's no extra protection. All you have is the 5 offensive linemen. It could be feast or famine.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by a Monty Hooker.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Aviators offense ready to get back at it. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. They'll go with a counter on first down. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. Dulcich now brought in motion. On second down, they run the counter. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd and a yard. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for our visitors. They finished the season on a high note. Now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night.
All right, guys, I am going to jump back in here. I'm still watching Troy Old Dominion. Troy getting whooped around right now, 10-0. But hopefully they'll come back into an exciting game. Look at that, as many Super Bowls as they got touchdown passes, 7 of them between the two you guys. But it was Patrick Mahomes who unfortunately was pressured all day long. He only completed 9 of 22. 4 of those were for touchdowns. That seems crazy. It felt like there were a lot more completions than that. 9 of 22, but 4 of them for touchdowns. Montana was 32 of 48. But it came down to the pressure, a lot of good pressure from the Columbus Aviators. The TV sports mascot is all over the place right now. And it is going to be the pressure that gets to Mahomes. They had a shot. Now, on the final drive, you saw me line up for the field goal, but I thought about it. It was still a one-possession game if the Aviators get the field goal. So my thinking was, Joe Montana's been lights out. You got Joe Montana. You take a shot. You let him throw the ball. They're going to the playoffs anyway, so it didn't really matter. You're obviously playing for that first seed, but you let Joe Montana try to win you the game. It didn't happen. Possession to the Brooklyn Nightmare, and it was a nightmare as the first play went for a sack, and the second play, Mahomes under pressure throws the interception. So we're going to see if 8-9 is enough to make the playoffs. So we're going to look real quickly at the playoffs. And then, as I said, we're going to go deep dive at patreon.com/TBSports27. So here we go. And there you can see the first round bye is official. So let's look at the official bracket. And there it is. So the Nightmare did not end up making the postseason. And the Rumble, by their victory, we talked about it being a playoff game. The Rumble, with their victory over the San Diego Killer Whales, knocked San Diego out of the playoffs and gave the Rumble a home playoff game. That is how big that game was. Let's look at the brackets real quick. We are going to play every single playoff game here in the RXFL. Unfortunately, there is no more Pro Bowl in this game. They can still give us the Pro Bowl, even if they don't play it in real life. So if we were to go in order, the first game that we are going to kick off, and we're going to go in depth with the standings, the stats, everything, patreon.com/TVSports27. But the first game, you want to talk about, we went through the whole history of the Fury and the Aviators. The Fury, the number 2 seed, the Salt Lake City Fury, are going to host Michael Vick and the Austin Armadillos. We thought Vick and the Armadillos got eliminated with their loss that we played the game last week. Didn't happen. Vic and the Armadillos, they were in the conference championship last season. Vic was the MVP last season as well. They get the Salt Lake City Fury, the opening playoff game. Then we will head to London Sunday afternoon. We'll go to Memphis. Pardon me. We will go to the Liberty Bowl in Memphis as John Elway and Andrew Luck, a couple of Stanford quarterbacks, will go toe-to-toe as the London Monarchs will play against Andrew Luck and the Memphis Maulers. So what a turnaround for Memphis after 2 terrible years, coming in as a 3 seed and hosting. And actually, no, that's Sunday at 4. I am all over the place. So Saturday, the second Saturday game there's actually no Saturday afternoon game because they play a Monday game. So that's why I'm all over the place. So it's going to be Saturday, Salt Lake City, and Austin. Then Saturday night, it is going to be the defending league champions, the St. Louis Rhinos, in as the 7 seed, the Omaha Firebirds. They have relocated back to Omaha after 2 years in Vegas, and Aaron Rodgers has the Firebirds in the playoffs for the first time ever. One of the worst teams in RFL history. 8 consecutive losing seasons. They are finally in the playoffs, and they have the defending league champions at home. Absolutely unreal. Then we have the league champions of the inaugural RXFL playing against the Joe Burrow-led Oklahoma City Bandits. It is going to be the Toronto Huskies, the Oklahoma City Bandits. Sunday, the Bandits were a championship team, losing a couple of years ago. Then we have the Sunday afternoon game that we talked about, and we wrap up the playoffs Sunday evening. The league, the division champion Vancouver Vipers, hosting a very, very strong Portland Lumberjack team. Portland's always in the postseason. And then Monday Night Football on the West Coast, it is the Sacramento Rumble hosting Steve Young and the Tampa Bay Mutiny. First round buys, the Columbus Aviators, the number 1 seed, and the runners-up to last year's championship, the London Ghost Riders, Peyton Manning. So Peyton Manning and Joe Montana getting the first round buys, and you're getting former championship teams. You got Manning in there. You got St. Louis Rhinos, who were previously in the championship, and you also got the Toronto Huskies on the other side, previous in the championship games. In fact, all the former champions represented, because the St. Louis Rhinos went to back-to-back championships. Then you got the Huskies, the Ghost Riders. And, of course, if you want to go back to the RXFL days, then you're looking at the Salt Lake City Fury, who won the inaugural championship, and, of course, the runners-up in Season 4 down there, in the Oklahoma City Bandits. So good stuff there. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. Thank you for your continued support. We're going to play every RXFL playoff game, and we kick it off with the champions of the original RFL, the Salt Lake City Fury, hosting the former league MVP Michael Vick and the Austin Armadillos. And go Trojans. Go Troy.